racing with the North American Simulation Racing Association, featuring online leagues like the DSR Electric, Blanchard towing and recovering Xfinity, concerns of police survivors. Jacob and Wesley bringing you all the commentating. Is there beef? Is there beef? This racing is so exciting. They rock the Nasher network. That Beagle's cracking them up in the background.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening from Charlotte Motor Speedway for the concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. The Blanchard's towing 225. It's going to be an absolute barn burner here this evening on a Memorial Day weekend at One Butter Place, Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're going to see all the action live here tonight on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Good evening, folks. I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Smithfield, North Carolina's own Wesley Outlet in the house, as well as the Australian Dean Hopton Biggles on production. Well, folks, Charlotte Motor Speedway, I love this place. A lot of stuff kind of happened last week at Wilkesboro. You're going to see a little bit of a change right here. Wilkesboro, Matthew Lee did win the race. However, at the end of that race, he got busted earlier on this week with a penalty for a restart violation, so he did not get that win. He actually got relegated to the rear of the field. So Ryan Johnson, who finished second last week, he was deemed the winner at North Wilkesboro. That's why you see Ryan Johnson's name there instead of Matthew Lee. And then obviously you got Charlotte tonight, Nashville Super Speedway, and then Michigan to round out the regular season. And then we go to Daytona, Pocono, and Lime Rock. There's the points schedule right there, the points of how everything is up to date as of right now. Keith Bradley right there on the cut line. Haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. That's going to be interesting. Lucas Lyons right there at that 22nd spot, folks. If you remember, back at North Wilkesboro, him, Tristan Bruce, oh, they got a little bit of rough and rowdy, had a little bit of beef out there on the racetrack, and a crazy finish that had him and Tristan Bruce both wrecking, coming to the white flag. So Lucas Lyons looking for a good night here tonight. I actually talked to him before this race started, and Lyons said he was kind of worried about the 3, but I think he's going to be more worried about what he is doing here tonight. So he's trying to put all that in the past, I guess you could say. But Wesley Outland, buddy, up here in the booth with me. Wesley, Charlotte, baby, I love this place right here, and I know you do too.
Very special track in my heart. Many times I've announced there. I think of working with the late great Ken Squire, one of the greats of racing, and calling events there with him in Atlanta and stuff. And this is just a fun racetrack, right? It's a mile and a half. It's Memorial Day weekend. Hey, they're racing on Sunday for the Coca-Cola 600, for the Indy 500, the Grand Prix of Monaco. Dean, I know you like your Formula One. And the greatest day in motorsports is coming up on Sunday, but this is our greatest day on a Friday night, the C.O.P.S Truck Series, man. Charlotte, America's virtual home for racing. Let's get it started, brother, and I'm glad being here with you.
Yes, sir. Happy to be up here with you as well. And we'll go ahead and get you fired up for the grid for the Blanchard's Towing 225. And starting on the pole here tonight, as me and the Chef Morgan Cook would say, the new guy in the house. That's John Freeman, who has really been on a tear here on the Friday Night Series. He will start on the pole with a 29.715 to his outside. A man that really needs a good finish, and obviously a previous champion here on the Friday Night Series. That is Jeff Merck. He will start on the outside of row number 1. Tristan Bruce, remember last week at Wilkesboro, him, Lucas Lyons talked about that as well. He is actually on a 6-week probation, him and Lucas Lyons is, from what I've been hearing coming into this race. Tristan Bruce will be starting from P3, and his outside, MDW, in the 21 will roll off 4th. Jonathan Cofield from Alabama going to roll off in P5, and there's Lucas Lyons in the 88. He will roll off P6. The Bulldog, Adam Newton, will roll off P7, with Keith Haney rolling off in P8. Nick Sacco and Dylan Cardenas make up 9 and 10. Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson will start 11th, and Matthew Lee will roll off 12th.
Let's move on to row number 7, and you're going to find Luke Smith, Kermit the Frog. As Dean says, I can't do it like he does. There you go. It's Stephen Thomas alongside for Swim. Matt Cherry, James Beard. Yep, the 25. He'll start 16th. Matt Kostick and Brandon Broadfoot on the 9th row. Top 10 rows, top 20 will find Dan Hagan and Brian Chu. Devin Painter, Jeff Sickles on row number 11. Huck Wigginton, the man behind the C.O.P.S Series. And Cody Knott, he'll start 24th.
And Kevin Edwards is going to roll off P25 with Chris Blanchard to his outside. And in the number 9 will roll off P26. Buzzy Mongo, Raul Meza will be 27th, 28th. Matthew Cummins rolls off 29th. He's the last driver to actually qualify and take a time. Rest of them did not take a time. That being Dustin Scruggs back in the 30th spot. Ed Osborne, Isaac Bevan, 31st, 32nd. Tyler Daniels, Kyle Hess will be 33rd and 34th. And then right back there, you see Brandon New, the 35th driver. TJ Moore, your race director. Eric Zimmerman also back there in the back as well. There is the weather, 79 degrees. Beautiful air temperature, if you will, out there on the racetrack here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. There is your race details. Stage 1 going all the way to lap 30 will stay green unless something pops off and we get a caution. Go to stage 2. We'll be at lap 75. And then we'll go all the way to lap 150. That will make up the race. 6 sets of tires. We're going to have to watch this here tonight because Charlotte is one of those places where they will burn through the tires. And also 50% fuel capacity. That will be very interesting to see. Obviously, unlimited green-white checkered attempts. And we're going to be racing in the night. This is a dash for cash race. And the 4 drivers in that is Ryan Johnson, Devin Painter, Nick Sacco, and Jeff Merck. Whoever finishes ahead of the other 3 will end up taking a little bit of extra pocket change with them. But Wesley, I'm telling you, baby, I'm ready to get it fired up. It's going to be a very interesting little start here for the Blanchard's Towing 225.
Man, it's going to be fun. You got that front row. The lights are off on the pace truck. Couple of Chevrolets making up the first 2 rows with, of course, Bruce and Wood. Cofield, Lyons right there, the first 2 rows, and some Toyotas with Newton and Haney. Pace truck is getting ready to come to pit lane. We're ready to go under the lights at Charlotte.
Yes, sir. We are ready to get fired up. Hopefully each and every one of you's got you a cold one in hand and a hamburger off of the grill. Green flag is back in the air, and we're underway here at Charlotte for the Blanchard's Towing 225. Tristan Bruce on the inside. MDW fighting hard on that outside. Jonathan Cofield dives down to the inside with a Bulldog behind him. Bruce leads off turn 2.
Stride for stride, it's Bruce off the outside lane. Couple of drivers back off the safer barrier. They go in a shower of sparks. They do bottom out under the lights. You see that. It's Bruce on the inside. Behind him, Wood and Lyons completing lap number 1 off 4.
And Wood down to the inside, finds a hole. He's going to stick it there and try to make it happen. There's Lucas Lyons down to the inside. We're going to be talking about it a whole lot tonight with that 3 and 88 racing door to door on a 6-week probation on both of them, but it's side by side with Wood and Bruce.
It's Wood up on the outside lane. He's got company by Bruce. Correction, and there's Lyons watching. He'll pick to the bottom. Will they try to go 3 wide? Not yet. Off that 24 degrees of bank, and they exit to the dog leg.
And then Wood still down on the bottom side. There is Tristan Bruce up top. Cool new graphics that we got from our great producer, Mr. Dean Hopton, always the man behind the cameras, so to speak. Wood's going to back out of the gas. He's going to let Bruce lead off turn 2.
They'll stay single file right now. There goes a poke on the inside lane by Lyons. He'll try to play peekaboo with a couple of guys. Haney pokes out of line as well. All this now, fans back out single file except for the top 5, and then they're door to door. Haney on the inside.
Top 5 basically wrapping it around the bottom of the racetrack, and all of them basically wrapping it down there on the bottom where Grandpappy hides the moonshine down in the silver front 4. Now the top 5 battling it out with Cardatus and Adam Newton.
And look at this now, battle working there on the inside of the racetrack. Look at them going high. There's Harris trying to peek to the inside. Now try to go back to the outside lane and get up in front of Nick Sacco, one of the original drivers of NASRA back in 2020. Here they come off 4, another lap here at Charlotte.
Bruce still leads. It's literally a conveyor belt on the bottom side. Front 6, 7 drivers. Haney back there. He's able to get around Sacco. Here comes last week's winner, Tidy Horse Ryan Johnson, trying to get up into the mix.
And that's the smart thing to do right there. Just kind of be patient right now. Hold your line. Stay in position. And right now, Sacco will have Johnson Pill right behind him as they're single file. The conga line storms off 4.
And Brian Chew trying to fall in line back there as well. Now everybody trying to get single file formation. Front drivers, front 11 drivers, that is, literally making a breakaway. Then the second pack's back there in a line. Bruce still leads them off turn 2.
Yeah, another lap on the racetrack is right now. We've already put a handful of laps in. All the while, it is Bruce right there in front. MDW on the outside lane, poking on the inside. Lyons, he'll try to clear him. Not yet. Lap 30 to stage 1. We're already closing in on lap 10.
And remember, that will stay green, so that'll be interesting to see how all that'll play out as far as the strategy goes with the 50% fuel capacity going all the way to 150 to make up the Blanchards tow at 225. Bruce still leads.
And everybody's still a single file. There's nobody jumping out of the line. Look at these awesome graphics on the road to the NASRA 1100. That's right, Charlotte right here. 87 Cup cars and the virtual Indy 500, the greatest virtual spectacle in racing. We're doing it NASRA style on June 8th, but there's some of the awesome graphics leading up to that event. Check it out as they go back into the corner. We're still single file.
It's still single file, and Wood is actually starting to close up on the back door of Tristan Bruce. There you saw Cardatus. There is Wood up on the tailgate, damn near shoving him going into turn number 3. Bruce had to literally send it in there a little bit harder. Wood almost gets into him off of 4. Wood goes down to the inside. Bruce can't put the block on him yet. You see Wood, I'm sure he's watching the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series up in the top left, but now he's got to worry about the man on his outside. That's Tristan Bruce. They battle off 2.
A little wiggle, a jiggle, a giggle, a bobble, and they still hold it together down the back straightaway. Now Bruce on the outside. Here comes MDW. Matthew David Wood on the inside, looking for the lead at Charlotte as we work to lap 10.
Tristan does not want to give it up. Gets a run right there off of 4. He'll battle back on the outside. Jump right back in front of Matthew David Wood. Lucas Lyons still laying back in the weeds in the 3rd spot with his teammate Jonathan Cofield laying behind him. Bruce still leads, but a gaggle of them coming off turn 2 as well.
And then just like that, we're watching him now working. There's Adam Newton. He's on the inside. Johnson right there in tow. All this happens in the top 10. Cardenas now gets on the inside lane. He'll get single file. Nobody playing peekaboo right now as they work to the stripe.
And there you see right there, Lyons actually going to kick to the outside. Cofield goes down to the inside as we're riding on board with Tidy Horse. Ryan Johnson right in behind the Bulldog, Adam Newton, as you see them work their way off of turn 2.
Yeah, another down the shot back straightaway. Adam Newton ready to show his teeth, if you will. off of the inside lane. Cardenas up high. He's got to be right there in that West Texas Pepper Traders entry. There's contact made. I wouldn't put my hands between them. Just then, shower sparks and Cardenas will pull away. They're going to reset and try again here.
Damn, what a door bang right there by them. And Newton's got a door bang into Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson. A couple of teammates right there, if you will, with blue lights and blue line. A lot of door banging going on. And Keith Haiti stuck right in behind them as well. Whew, boy, they're getting after it up there. And they're also getting after it for the lead as Wood trying to work his way to the outside up at the front.
Man, what an awesome performance. We're seeing them right now work back into the dog leg here into turn number 1. Tristan Bruce in the lead, but Matthew David Wood on probation, doing everything he can to climb, crawl, and do it nicely as he is in second on the back stretch, trying to reel in the leader.
Yeah, Wood trying to figure out a way around Tristan Bruce one way or another. Jonathan Cofield might catch them both sleeping. There you see the 58 down on the bottom side, trying to catch some draft off of Wood. Wood gets a run, dives down to the inside. Bruce up top, his hands are tied. MTW gets a run. Cofield may end up going with Wood. He'll dive it down to the inside. Wood is clear, all clear. Slides up right in front of the 3. New leader, it's MTW.
He poked out a line right there for just a moment, and sideways goes Wood. Wood now under attack as Bruce powers back on the bottom. Who's got the preferred lane? It's Bruce powering back around him with a crossover move, though. Comes MDW to the inside off 4.
Looking like a little bit of a square dance right here with these guys literally square dancing at 180 miles an hour in Charlotte. Back and forth, swapping it literally all over the place. Wood has the lead for how long? And they worked their way off turn 2.
They work the back straightaway again, and now MDW in front. Looks like he'll have some company. As pounded on the back door is Lyons and Cardenas. They get sideways. There goes one guy with a little ink and blink and nod, and I don't mean the fairy tale nursery rhyme. Here comes the 88. That's Lyons up the outside. Remember, new rule, effective immediately. If you have too many blinking issues, Nazra will park you. He's got to keep an eye on that as they work in 2 there, Jacob.
Yeah, they got to watch out for that rule, and Cardenas ain't even worried about that rule, son. Dives it down to the inside, but no drafting help. Lyons up on the top, gets the draft off of Cofield. Now he's got to get it off of his good buddy Tristan Bruce on the outside. Here comes Cofield down to the inside, working their way off of turn 4. Wood still has the lead. Now Cardenas starts flanking. Wow, these guys are flanking all over the place. Cofield was, Cardenas is. All of them starting to blink at this point.
Yeah, another good solid run, though, right now for these guys is obviously, as we mentioned, the key factor is be patient. Don't be aggressive. You know you're going to get to stage number 1 at lap 30. It's too early to be driving crazy. Right now, look at those weather conditions. 84 degrees, a little wind in the northeast at 4 to 7 miles an hour. Cloudy conditions, humid, half humid. It might be a little muggy, but not much as they're working down to the inside with Bruce for the lead into 1.
And that track temp actually is also at 85 degrees as well, so that could play a little bit of a factor with some of the slipping and sliding that we may see here this evening here at Charlotte. Tristan Bruce still battling with Dylan Cardenas down there on that bottom side. Bruce up top. Wood still has the lead. Cofield going right in behind him as well, trying to get that draft. Bruce almost slides up and gets into Cardenas, rather. Almost slid up and got into Tristan Bruce, but Wood still leads going into turn 1.
Did I just see an Auburn football helmet for Jonathan Cofield on the scoring ticker? How dare you, Ozzy? Back straight away, Wood still in the lead. Cofield now in second. War Eagle, he's looking for the lead on Wood as they get ready to put a final 10 laps in stage 1 in Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to dive it down in there. Obviously, stage points will be up for grabs, and obviously the playoff point will be up for grabs if you can be the first one to the line at the end of lap 30. Cofield wants it. Wood wants to try to keep that lead. Cofield backs away a little bit. Wood drives it in there hard. He'll have the lead, but for how long? Cofield's getting a run.
That's the million-dollar question, and right now, is it too early? Down the back straightaway, Wood on the high side. Here comes now Cofield, Jonathan Cofield, inside, crossover on the 21. The 58 comes to the lead off 4. Will he battle back? He will at the stripe.
Yeah, and at the line, Cofield looks like he's going to have it by half a truck length, but he's still got 9 more laps to be able to try to make it work. There you see MDW, kind of literally a VR-looking deal, if you will, right there with MDW. But he is not worried about what's on TV. He's worried about on that screen right in front of him, side by side, stride for stride into 3.
They work their way now door to door again off of that 24 degrees of bank, and here they come now into the trouble. Whoa, he got in the wall. Wood in the wall. How much damage did he lose? Cofield to the inside. He almost tips the grass on the inside turf. He powers back to the lead, and here comes Cardenas to follow.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, though, Wesley Outland, because obviously these trucks very aero dependent. And if you get a whole lot of damage on these trucks, especially at the 1.5 miles, it will come back and bite you in the tail. So Wood will really have to be watching out for that. He didn't hit it that hard, but we'll see what happens. Almost gets up into the fence again. Cardenas may get a run. He may try to go for second.
And what a big, scary moment that was right now, as we are seeing some drivers box and come to the pit lane early. Under 10 remaining in stage 1 here at Charlotte. All the while, Alabama's Cofield in the lead. It's Cardenas now second. Wood, by the way, Bruce, who was on the pole, he's back in 5th.
Yeah, and actually it looks like everybody will probably have to box, as our good buddy, the Australian Dean Hopton would say, box, box, box. A lot of them, just about everybody's going to have to box before the end of stage number 1. They can only go around 25 laps on a full tank of fuel. We're right here on lap 24. Some of these guys might have been saving, clutching, trying to figure out a way just to try to make it just a little bit longer. It'll be interesting, though, Wesley Outland. Right now, Cofield still got it. Cardenas and Johnson and Wood. Bruce, the top 5.
Keeping an eye on it again as they work their way again down off of turn number 4. In front, the leader is Cofield. MDW is on pit lane. Broadfoot on pit road. Bruce the pole man on pit road. They are boxing with less than 5 to go when they come to the line here in stage 1 in Charlotte.
And you guys got to ask yourself at this point, when will Cofield go? When will Cardenas, Johnson, Newton, when will these guys elect to go down pit road? Only a matter of time. I mean, literally, I would say within the next 2 to 3 laps, because they're not going to be able to go the whole time. Looks like all 3 of them, 4 of them, the top 4, all of them go at one time. Cofield slides. Cardenas slid again as well. And literally the whole first half of the field jumping down pit road here on lap 26.
And I mean, when you say the whole field, it is literally like the top 15, top 20, all the way down to the pit lane. Most importantly, don't want to make any mistakes, by the way. Now it is Matthew Lee, the new leader in his Toyota, down the back straightaway as drivers are boxing, coming back out, coming in. Buzzy Mongold off the pace. There you see him in second. Looks like he's about to commit to drop onto the pit lane in the discount tire 97. Matthew Lee now peels onto the pit lane as drivers are entering. They're exiting and we're pitting. Looks like Dylan Cardenas will be the new leader.
Yeah, Dylan Cardenas, but we just saw him a second ago, was able to jump in there. Maybe just took about 2 tires, possibly right there, to be able to jump out. There you see it, 8 seconds. Probably only took 2 tires just to get out, try to get this stage win. Buzzy Mongo looked like he ran out of gas. He is just now getting on pit road. He's able to barely make it. But right here at this point, Haney is actually in the lead as of right now. We'll see how this ends up working out, but Cardenas and Haney up here. There's Wood right there trying to run them down. Wood on those 4 tires.
MDW, Matthew David Wood. You see on the scoring telemetry down there on the bottom where you see if it's under 8-9 seconds, those are probably 2 tire stops with fuel. If it's probably 13, 14 seconds or more, like that right there for Keith Haney, it's 2 tires for the 8 of Keith Haney. Lap 22, and we are closing in on the final laps. 3 to go here in stage number 1.
Yeah, but you're actually seeing MDW, Matthew David Wood. Check this out. Around the outside of Cardenas. Got a run. He's looking to the left. Nope. Haney just said, screw it. I'm getting the hell out of the way. Wood gasses it on the outside with the 4 fresh tires. Wood goes to the lead and is looking to claim stage number 1.
MDW, 2 to go. He leads them now. Down into the corner. The 21 right now. The Chevrolet back in front. Cardenas and Haney side by side, maybe three wide if we put Cofield in that mix. Meanwhile, Wood on probation, but check it out here at Charlotte in turn 3.
Yeah, Wood fires it off into 3 and 4 coming around this time. He will get the 1 to go signal for the end of stage number 1. Comes to the line. Wood drives it off into turn 1. He has nobody even around him. 2.5 seconds back. Cofield, Bruce, they're battling with Cardenas and Haney to get the second spot. It's all Wood.
All this happening again as they work their way to the back straightaway. MDW, Matthew David Wood, Racers for Christ Chevrolet, down to the inside, working into the double dog leg. He's looking for the green and white checker off 4.
And Wood will end up getting that bad boy. Hits the line. 4 fresh tires was the call, and it was paying off for MDW. Matthew David Wood, he will win stage number 1. Bruce, Thomas, Johnson, Cofield, the top 5, but we're still green off 2.
And that's exactly right. Even though you win the stage, we still stay under the green flag conditions right now. This is Glass Mechanics, stage number 2. It is MDW. Matthew David Wood, Tristan Bruce, Stephen Thomas, all of them now playing catch up to the man in the 21 as he sells it off into 1.
Wood is absolutely gone, and there you see literally the traffic jam of everybody else trying to find a drafting partner, find a run, find something to try to work their way up through here. There's Lucas Lyons, talked about that 6-race probation that he's on. He just worked his way around the 51 of Brian Chew and trying to fire his way back up here to get into this battle that has Newton, Cofield, Johnson, Thomas, and Bruce up here respectively. And there is Johnson. He'll dive down to the inside of Stephen Thomas. That is the battle for the 3rd spot.
Back to the inside. Everybody's still right now just kind of staying single file. Matthew David Wood, though, getting company from the pole man. That's, again, Tristan Bruce. Adam Newton now making a move on Cofield. Other than that, your top 5, top 6 right there in the conga line as they work all 4.
And we're going to stay right here with you if we can. May do a little side-by-side to thank some of our sponsors. But there you see Adam Newton right here, still in that draft right there with Jonathan Cofield. Obviously, Premier Racing Setup's a great sponsor here with Nazareth. I'll tell you this one thing, Wesley Outland, MDW, he looks like he may have a Premier Racing Setup up under that truck. Just how fast and how much gone he is from the rest of the field.
Yeah, right now just kind of keeping an eye and seeing what he's got going on. And by the way, PRS, remember Premier Racing Setups on this Memorial Day or any time when you go and check out, get 15% off your order. 15% if you mention my buddy, the door banging download with Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer, and 15% goes back in Nazareth's pocket, so you cannot beat that. Right now, battle going on. Cofield inside, battling that number 23 machine. Stephen Thomas, first time we've mentioned his name. And Lucas Lyons on the outside working all 4.
Yeah, I mean, they're literally in a big old glob right here going through the first part of the quad oval. They back out, and then they're going to go through the second part of the quad oval, 2 by 2 right there with Cofield, Thomas, Newton, and there's Lucas Lyons squirting up through there up on the outside off turn 2.
And right now, there they go. And we're actually starting to see, what, about 6, 7 trucks maybe get on the line. There goes now Tristan Bruce on the inside, battling Ryan Johnson, champion, of course, of the Xfinity Series. Moving into trucks now, a totally different world. And right now, the 3 of Tristan Bruce right now in 3rd as he tries to close in on Johnson again, working off of turn number 2.
Yeah, and Bruce looks kind of looks like he's slipping back just a little bit. Check this out, bump drafting, baby. You usually would only see bump drafting at 1.5 miles like the Atlanta Motor Speedway, but why not? It's Memorial Day weekend. It's Charlotte. Lucas Lyons might have had him a couple of cold ones and a little bit of courage to pull that bump draft coming off of 2, and he'll back away a little bit. Maybe Thomas wasn't too happy about that bump draft in Wesley Outland.
And he's right there alongside Lucas Lyons now, going to try to make a move on the Thomas entry. He's way up on the high side of the racetrack. Another shower of sparks from one of those trucks it's okay to get in the wall at Charlotte. Just don't hit it too hard. Put yourself in the safer barrier and get a lot of damage. It's just not Darlington whatsoever. Patience is key, and right now we're seeing these guys put on a phenomenal race right now as we worked again back to the line. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and like Jacob Reeves. We're having a fun time here this Memorial Day weekend Lid Lifter Friday night.
Obviously, yes, sir. I'm having an absolute blast, and there's our pictures. If anybody ever wondered what Wesley Outland and Jake Reeves look like, there's a picture of us. We still ain't got an idea of what Dean Hopton looks like. I tell you what, I've said it numerous times. Like and subscribe to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. If we get at least 100 subscribers tonight, that's a lie, Dean. You don't look like that. No way.
That is a damn lie. That's a lie.
That is a lie and a half. But I'll say this: if we get 100 subscribers tonight, Dean Hopton will put a picture of himself. Really, put it on there. We don't know. Keep your shirt on, Dean. But we'll get a picture of Dean Hopton and put it on the broadcast.
The NASCAR 1100. He needs to unveil himself. Like seriously.
He needs to. Yes.
Because we're doing Indy cars. We're doing open wheel cars. He's excited about it. You know. Yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah,
now, if you saw me today,
over his head. Yeah.
if you people saw me today, you'd see me all red-eyed, like red-eyed, man. I've been crying like a baby. My son graduated from high school this morning, and it was a very special moment for a daddy, and just one of those things that you love in life. And God is good, and I'm enjoying what's to come, and, of course, always enjoy my Nazareth family. So heading to lap number 40 right now, Jacob. And it is Matthew David Wood in the lead. There you see Thomas and others. You're going to know what it's like, brother. You got that baby coming. You're going to cry like a baby in July and then enjoy it, because next thing you know, he's going to be 18 and he's going to be asking you for the car keys. And graduate and everything else, brother. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, I'll tell you right now, as active as he's been here lately, because I haven't put out an episode on the Door Bang and Download here lately, with the update of David Dean, but he is good. Probably awesome. More than good. He is active as hell. He has been literally beating my wife all to pieces. Literally, I mean, just beating her up inside. So, you say July, I wouldn't be surprised if it's next month at this point, because I think he wants to get out, because he knows that we've been having a lot of fun around the house, me and the wife and everybody else, and he gets to hear Daddy on the radio and gets to hear Daddy all the time. So I think he's ready to come out. He's ready to come out and have a little fun with us too. So we're excited. Man. We can't wait.
Yeah, so happy for you, man. Of course, my son graduated, and you got a baby on the way, and just life is great. Never take it for granted. And the people that are around you as well. Well, boy, trouble is that Scruggs, Justin Scruggs, the Silver Bullet 11 Toyota with a problem down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's below the turf on the inside apron, and I think he's about to call the quits, guys. I think he's leaving. Wow.
Yes. Wow, something happened to Dustin Scruggs right here. Nobody nailed him. And he has pulled it into the pits. I think he may be done. Something amiss on the 11 of Dustin Scruggs. We'll check it out right here one more time on a Pulse Poppers Instant Replay. No caution on the Speedway yet. Wow, I mean, he just hooks a hard left and it just goes down to the bottom. What?
Yeah. Wow. I think he just said, man, I think he just said, the heck with this, man. I'm done. I guess I'm done. I'm not going to try to fight it. Not going to try to get anybody's way. And you know what? Mad props to him, right? I mean, some people could say, well, he tried to intentionally put out a caution. No, he didn't. He got to the inside of the racetrack. He made sure there was no trucks around him, except for the ones that were kind of in his way whenever he was trying to drop down to the inside. Look at that one guy that went below the apron and missed him. But he didn't try to get in their way, pulled down to the bottom of the racetrack, hit that tow button, I guess, and says, hey, guys, I'm calling it a night. Because you got to remember, there is no fast repair in this series. And, Jacob, that pretty much means when you do that on the racetrack, you're out. You're done.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And it does look like Scruggs has called it a night. I don't even see his truck sitting in his pit box. So he is done for the evening. So for you Dustin Scruggs fans, hate to see that for him. 41 of you out there on a live chat. I'm sure some of you might be at your campgrounds, camping out, having you a cold one. Real quick, out there, if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. If you love what you're seeing, as you're seeing right now, Tristan Bruce, Jonathan Cofield, little bit of action right there. What's that? I got to ask you, because you know me, I always love to put a little bit of fire and beef and all that other crazy stuff and everything else on there as well. But, you know, Jonathan Cofield, teammates with Lucas Lyons, Tristan Bruce, Lucas Lyons, both of them with those 6 race probations and all that good stuff and everything else. What do you think Cofield may be thinking a little bit different out of this, Rare? Do you think he may be thinking, you know, about this whole Tristan Bruce thing when he's racing against him?
I mean, was it these two that got into it with the whole scenario that happened at North Wilkesboro?
Bruce, yes, Bruce and Lyons.
I mean, look, so Bruce is in third. I think he wants to prove a point. I think he wants to say, hey, man, you know, I deserve to be up here. I deserve to be doing what I'm doing. Look at him really having some company. There goes the 38. There's Johnson getting around the MDW entry. That's for the lead. Bruce is watching this, and MDW is on pit road. Is this normal for him to pit at lap 50? Wow.
Well, I mean, I could see that, to be honest with you, because it's like I was talking about a second ago. You go to you can go about 25 laps on a full tank of fuel.
Can we see the race? Point. Yeah, can we see the race strategy, the race statistics, Dean? I'm just kind of trying. Yeah, the race details. So I'm just kind of wondering what the race details are. No, that's not it. No, I'm looking for something else. Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, okay. So it's 50% capacity. So what are you thinking? What do they normally do? About 50 laps on the tank of trucks at Charlotte, Jacob? So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's about right. 25, 30 laps is pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's exactly what MDW is doing right now, because he knows he goes about 25 laps. He should be good to go, and then we'll get to the end of stage 2. We'll end up having a caution, so he ain't got nothing to worry about. There comes a couple of them sliding in. There's Newton, look like Cofield jumping in as well. There's Tiny Horse Ride Johnson. Johnson's going down pit road as well. Matthew Lee will stay out on the racetrack. He will lead him a lap, get him some bonus points. But for the most part, a good number of them jumping down pit road. Lee stays out. I'm sure he will end up pitting this next time around.
Yeah, I got a feeling pit stops for the second time scheduled will be on the horizon. We mentioned 50% fuel capacity. Normally it's between 50, 55 laps on a tank of fuel at Charlotte at 100% for the trucks, but not now. Here they come. Whoa, Matt Lee might be getting busted for a speeding penalty in the section entering pit road. I think he's going to get busted here with a meatball flag, Jacob. That was just too fast, in my opinion. If he gets a mulligan, he got lucky. That's all I got to tell you. The iRacing gods are with Matt Lee, but I think he's going to get a penalty.
Either that or his wallet's with him. He might have threw $100 at one of the NASRA officials to not even see it. There is Buzzy Moggold, jumps down pit road. MDW, who we saw just a lap or so ago, jump down pit road. Wood will jump out. He will be the new leader. And there you see the gap that he's going to have over Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson, right about 2.5 seconds. So Wood won stage 1, trying to go for the sweep, wins stage number 2, all while he's watching TV up there at the top. And he ends up getting it. I mean, if he can get it, win stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic, obviously stage 1, he looks to be the favorite to win the race here tonight for the Blanchard Towing 225 at Charlotte.
Is he watching Charlotte? I think he is. He's multitasking, because at the same time that we're live, thanks to the 40-plus viewers, hit that like and subscribe, that we are racing at Charlotte on iRacing for the NASRA C.O.P.S Truck Series in the Blanchard Towing 225. They are live at Charlotte with the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. Will we finish before them? That's the question, Jacob. Right now, everybody's doing a phenomenal job. Hey, listen, we're under 100 laps to go. We're closing in on 100 to go, man. Amazing.
I'll answer your question. I think we will be done before them, because obviously they got all those other stage cautions and all the debris cautions and everything else that NASCAR loves to throw out and everything else. There is Tiny Horse Ride Johnson. He was able to get around MDW. So Tiny Horse Ride Johnson will jump out here. He will reassume the lead. Wow. Honestly, I thought Wood may be able to try to jump away with it, but Wood might have just went down. May have saved a set, took 2 something up right there with Wood as Johnson fired around him like he was sitting still, and Tristan Bruce may not be too far back with Devin Pater back there as well.
It is Johnson in the lead. That's Ryan Johnson. That, of course, is the man of the 38. Hey, Jordan Jurassic is jumping in the chat. He says, seems like all my kids are racing for that Nazareth Season 9 champ fake title. Boy, he's throwing down the gauntlet, ain't he? Wow.
Yeah. Where you at, Jordan? Why ain't you defending it? Where are you at?
Yeah, man. What the hell? Where are you at?
Call them out and you ain't even here. That's kind of a low blow, below the belt right there. That's illegal. You shouldn't even be doing that. Yeah, put that one on your TikTok right there, Jordan. But anyway, there's Devin Painter working his way around MDW, so Wood will jump back to the third spot. Painter goes up to second. Remember what I was talking about, that Dash for Cash deal? Johnson, who won last week, Johnson right now, he would be leading in that Dash for Cash deal. Painter actually is sitting in that second spot, which is where he finished at Wilkesboro too. So not only, Wesley, are these guys racing for a win here tonight, but they are racing for that Dash for Cash, which is a little bit of extra cash in their pocket.
I play for keeps. Remember that movie, Ricky Bobby? Tells him that?
Oh, yeah.
At Charlotte. I play for keeps. All right. Johnson in the lead. Lyon second. Painter, Cofield, and Newton top 5. They're closing in on about 15 laps to go here in Glass Mechanics Stage 2, lap 75, and there will be a caution at the end of the stage. And Dean, our producer, Jacob, is talking about tire fall off, and I think it's showing right now. Who is coming down pit road? Who took on 2 tires the last time? Who took on 4? Who took 2 on the left or 2 on the right, and vice versa? Who just fuel only? You can see that it's really changing the complexion of this race now. Guys are in the wall. Guys are loose. Guys are falling back. You're seeing handling go away, or it's totally different.
Yeah, we absolutely are. Either Wood, yeah, I mean, you're seeing that right there out of the pit time, 9.2 seconds. Wood did take 2 tires. He might have actually was too busy watching the TV and probably told him, drop the jack, I got to go. He probably thought he was actually in the real race. It might have cost him a little bit right there. Or maybe he's just saving an extra set, thinking that this last stage that we're going to get in, that last 75-lap stage is going to be an absolute barn burner to where we may have a lot of cautions. But so far, we have not had the first yellow flag here this evening. Wesley, it ain't like what we saw at Bristol for the DSR Electric Truck Series, where we ran almost 100 laps under green. It ain't that impressive yet, but so far we've been green all the way, and it sure is fascinating to see it.
Johnson, Lyons, Cofield, Newton, Bruce, top 5. All this going on as we're single file. There's your race recap on the bottom right. 62 of 150 laps. 10 lead changes in the race right now. It is Ryan Johnson, our buddy out of Salem, Wisconsin, the cheesehead right there. The tiny horse leading them here at Charlotte.
Lucas Lyons is going to have to figure out a way to try to catch him if all possible. Both of them damn near mirroring laps. Actually, Lyons about 2/10 faster than Ryan Johnson that last time around. Now they actually evened out this time around. But there you see, riding on board with Lucas Lyons, working his way now off of turn 2. There you see right there the last lap and the leader lap. That's awesome stuff right there by Dean Hopton. But, he got about 2/10 on him 2 laps ago. This time they kind of mirror one another. So Lyons trying to get up here, get him a win. Remember, he's also outside of the top 20 in the points. Would love to get him a win here tonight, lock himself in, not have to worry about the playoffs and that bubble that we're going to see here in about 2 weeks.
There's a look at the drivers with the locks. If you got a lock, it means you're locked in. Everyone else is trying to get in by points, and you see the over-under like going to the Vegas odds right there. Numbers. Trying to cash in. What did you say? 4 races, I think, Jacob, left in the regular season, and then the run to the playoffs begin.
Yeah, it's about 2, 3, 4 races. I mean, we ain't got that many more to go in the season. So we still got, about a handful to go. Matter of fact, obviously, with Nashville and Michigan, so only 2 races left in the season with Nashville next week, and then obviously Michigan, which will be the regular season finale on June the 6th. There you see the schedule. And then obviously Daytona, Pocono, and Lime Rock, which really throws a little bit of a wrench into that one. I don't even know if I actually have that track. I may end up having to get an extra little first-class plane ticket to figure out where the hell that place is. I don't even know where it's at.
Where's that at? Lime Rock Park? Lime Rock
where's
Park is, Lime Rock Park, I believe it's in Ohio.
It's up north, so that probably be why that I don't.
No, I'm sorry. No, I've been there before. I went there with ARCA a long time ago. It's in Connecticut. It's in Salisbury, Connecticut. That's where it is. Yeah.
It's more north.
I was getting, what did I say? Ohio, Mid-Ohio. Mid-Ohio was the sports car course I was thinking of. Now, they have that on iRacing. It's pretty damn cool. But no, Lime Rock Park is in Salisbury, Connecticut. Beautiful racetrack. Yeah.
Well, if I had to, sorry, I will go throw this out there. Mid-Ohio, it sucks. Driving on Mid-Ohio, it sucks. I hate that track. I hate it to death. I just never could figure it out. There's Adam Newton. Back to what we're seeing here. Newton going after Jonathan Cofield. Wine's not too far ahead of him. You see that little black blob right up there in front of Cofield. That is Lucas Lyons. Newton right in here behind him, trying to figure out, get a run, get some stage points, try to help himself out here on the Friday night series as about 6 laps to go to the end of stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic.
Now, is Lime Rock Park, is that where we're going to next week or something for NASCAR? Yeah, that's Lime Rock Park. You know, they have like SCCA and IMSA, like those, maybe some karting events, Trans Am. They don't have any big shows, though, there. They really don't. Like, you don't see NASCAR or IndyCar there, like they used to.
You're going to see Nazareth there. That'll be a good time, obviously.
Yeah,
and the third race, a cutoff race in the playoffs for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. How about that? You think about Roval. Nah, not Roval. We going Lime Rock, baby. That's going to be interesting. See how that plays out. There's your race recap. No cautions. That's why you don't see anything for the cautions. Ryan Johnson is your leader at lap 70 of 150 coming up to the halfway point. And then there you see lead changes of 10. And Tiny Horse with about 5 more laps to get to the end of stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic. My stage wet as you see this battle brewing back here for that second spot with Lyons, Cofield, and Adam Newton.
By the way, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and Menard Series will be at Lime Rock Park. It will be in June. Friday, June 27th. So there you go.
What's the odds in that?
That's the only big event they have. That's it. Nothing else. They have a big show every year. I want to say it's the first weekend in June, because I believe I was there a couple of years ago with ARCA, and they tagged it with it. But it's called the Great Country Mutt Show. The Great Country Mutt Show. Yeah.
I ain't never heard
I ain't talking about no damn dogs either. The Great Country.
I ain't never heard of it. The Great Country Mutt Show.
The Great Country Mutt Show. Yeah.
Sounds like something you'd hear down in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Sorry. If any of you are from Arkansas, I'm sorry. I hope you did not unfollow
these people
yeah.
These people are like, guys, what in the world are we talking about here? Now, listen, hey, we're closing in on halfway and the end of stage number 2, Jacob, and it has been a great race and clean. It's fast. 75 laps approaching, 39 minutes since we dropped the green flag. Impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to surpass the Craftsman Truck Series at Charlotte by a mile. So thank you very much for each and every one of you here tonight that are tuning in to the NASCAR 360 Racing Network, watching Ryan Johnson work his way off of 3 and 4, coming around this time to take the 1-to-go signal for the end of stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. He's got a mile and a half to do it, and he's going to get him a playoff point.
But big head in the way right there, blocking our sights. My goodness. Final lap. It's Johnson in the lead. I'm sorry, I got off track with the big head. Final lap here, the back straightaway, about the end stage 2.
Oh, boy. There you see Johnson working his way through 3 and 4. A little bit of lap traffic in front of him. He ain't worried about him at all. He'll take it easy. Coming off turn 4. Tiny Horse Rod Johnson may try to get him one right here at the line. But no, he thinks different of it. Backs away. Serve pro caution. The first one of the evening here on lap 75. And it is for the end of stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic. Tiny Horse Rod Johnson will get that win. For stage 2, Adam Newton, Lucas Lyons, Cofield, Jonathan Cofield, Matt Lee, who had to start from the back after the penalties from last week. He will come home with top 5 here in stage 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. Well, folks, all those guys, everybody's going to jump in, get them 4 fresh tires, take them a pit stop. We hadn't had a damn commercial break all race, so we got to take one real quick. Thanks to some of our great sponsors. We'll be right back here in Charlotte. Don't go anywhere.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Folks, we are back here at Charlotte. Obviously, we're trying to see if we can pick up or grab stage 1, stage 2 winner if we can. We'll try to run in here and grab him real quick. Where is your stage 1 winner? There he is. We'll bring him up here in the broadcast booth. It is MDW Matthew David Wood. Congratulations on that stage 1. We wasn't able to get a hold of you because y'all kept it green, which was awesome. But, congratulations on stage 1. Tell us about your race so far, buddy.
Well, it's been definitely an interesting one for sure. Truck felt great all race. I think they just checked up in front of Thomas, and I got quite a bit of front end damage, but I mean, I got it all fixed. But I'm gonna leave back here. I knew there wasn't many people in the lead lap, so I can just go ahead and get all of it fixed. But I don't know if they checked up in front of him or what. I was on the clutch because I barely had any fuel. And I look back up because I was looking at my fuel calculator. And I look back up and I'm dead. So, I don't know. It's been an absolutely rough couple of weeks for me. As far as the last 2 weeks, I wrecked out at last week, wrecked myself. Now this happens after like multiple speeding penalties. So I don't know. I'm just looking to regroup.
Matthew,
hopefully, I can get back up to the front.
Matthew, it's Wesley. I got to ask you because I am. Are you racing differently after getting kind of sent to the principal's office and having to be on probation for the next couple of weeks? Are you looking at things differently on the track and competing with everybody?
I'm on probation.
Was it him?
I don't think it was me.
It wasn't him.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
damn, I'm sorry. Never mind. You ain't on probation.
I was like, what?
You see? And then, what the hell is this guy talking about? Never mind. Go get him, Matthew. Go get him. Go get him, dude. Go get him. That is what we call hashtag. We call that hashtag fake news. I'm sorry.
You got to stay with us. Hold up. You got to stay with us in the broadcast booth for one lap. If you don't, you get put on probation. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking with you, buddy. We'll let you get back at it. Y'all fix it, go green. Good luck, buddy.
All right, God bless you.
All right, Matthew. You're good, brother. Rock on.
Oh, boy, he jumped out of his seat, son. He was scared. He got a little bit worried.
He never going to talk to my ass again. Ain't gonna...
Ooh, boy, he got nervous. Here we go. Stage 3. 75 laps. Here we go. Tiny Horse Rod Johnson, one stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic. He dives off into turn 1 and 2.
So who got in trouble? So it's Lions and who else? Matt Lee. Oh, wow. Okay.
Lions and Bruce.
Oh, Tristan Bruce and Lucas Lyons. Okay. Matthew David Wood, I am so sorry to the Wood audience out there because I know there's a Wood Nation. I apologize as well. That's why my buddy Jacob Reeves is the voice of Friday Night Cops. Here they come to the line. It's Johnson in the lead, Lyons in second. He's on probation. He's looking for the lead on the tiny horse as they dive into one. And look at Newton and Lee right there behind Bruce as well.
Yeah, Bulldog gonna chomp at the bit, jump up to the top side, almost door bangs right there with Lyons coming off turn 2. Everybody finally got jumbled up in a big old gaggle for the first time in so many laps. Newton up on the top side, Tiny Horse Ryan Johnson leads Lyons in second.
It feels like the C4 has lit right now as they come back to the line. Green flag out. Johnson up high. There's Lyons. He's got some memorial tribute colors for this throwback weekend. Cofield, Coca-Cola, right there. Here comes now Lee. He's right there, battle alongside Newton for that spot as they work into turn 3.
And Newton down on the bottom side, Lee up top. Got to be careful running that top side. Can burn those tires up. Tristan Bruce not too far back as well. Lee almost gets in the fence. Couple of them almost got up into the fence. Lyons still down on the inside lane. Newton right in behind him. Now, Tiny Horse looking like the pace truck as they go 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 through the field in turn 2.
Side by side, like Noah leading the animals to the virtual arc. Up high on the outside lane, it's Lee. Lee now to the bottom is Johnson. Here comes now Lyons. Lyons gives a push to Lee. Here's the men that are sent to the principal's office last week, fighting for the lead here in Charlotte on probation, Lee and Lyons.
Yeah, Lee was also one of those guys got busted at the end of North Wilkesboro. Now he's up at the top side. Here comes the man that's on probation. Lyons down to the inside. Lee up top, 2 wide off turn 2.
Back straight away. Look at Bruce now. How strong is the 3 truck, right? That Amigo is looking good. Working down into turn number 3, and we got trouble. Caution on the racetrack. First one of the evening. It's Chris Blanchard. The Blanchard's towing entry has wrecked on the Speedway. It's in turn number 2. Bottom of the racetrack. Looks like maybe the 27 of Luke Smith might have got a piece of it as well. So did Isaac Bevan. Caution out. Second time, but only for the first on-track accident. It is on lap number 83, Jacob.
There you see right there, Chris Blanchard, very, very slow. Something amiss on the 9. There's Isaac Bevan in the 27, jumps down. Whoa, damn, he just got him. Blanchard was either trying to make the corner and thought Bevan was going to be clear, or there's beef there somehow or another. But I think, honestly, Blanchard was just trying to jump down in line, Wesley. I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like Blanchard was just trying to jump down to the bottom side and make the corner, and he just ended up getting him in the right rear.
Yeah, man, what a tough break there. Watch it again. Isaac Bevan in the 27 right there in to the 9 of Blanchard. Here's another look at it on a replay. I don't wonder if he just something happened. No, there's Bevan. Come on now, be nice. In the left front. And then they just pirouette like ballerina dancers into the concrete. Look at that, man, in unison. A little tumbleweed there, man.
I don't know. That looked bad right there. That's just me. That looked bad.
We got
right
beef.
There with I think we got a little bit of beef right there with Blanchard and Isaac Bevan right there a little bit. Hey, while we got the opportunity, let's jump down here and see if we can find Tiny Horse. We didn't get a chance to interview our stage 2 winner presented by the Glass Mechanic.
He on probation?
We can bring it.
No, he's not.
Johnson ain't on probation. Not him. He's not on probation. But Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson, we've been having a little fun up here with the probation stuff. But Ryan, I mean, congratulations on stage 2, buddy. Tell us about your race so far.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Been a lot of fun, a lot of back and forth, just trying to save my stuff and kind of manage when I need to use my tires. Man, I wish that we didn't have that caution. I think we could have gone green this whole race. But, yeah, we'll see. We got a little less than half the race to go here, and we're just going to try and hold on, see what we can squeeze out of her in these last couple sets of tires, and hopefully there's no shenanigans here with the front row we got going on.
You kind of started my question there, Ryan. Always great talking to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well up in Wisconsin. But, it has been a very calm race. Do you feel like the fireworks are on the horizon here in this third stage?
Yeah, it's possible. There's a little bit on that last caution, but I hope we can just take a deep breath and get back to racing, because I think that's what we do best, and just want to do it. So
let's see what happens. Tidy Horse, Ryan Johnson, buddy. Good luck the rest of the race. Hopefully we'll be talking to you soon, buddy. Good luck.
thanks, guys.
That was Tidy Horse, Ryan Johnson. I think I put him in the right one. Yeah, blue lights. Well, Wesley, this is the whole deal that I was talking about right here with the probation guys right here. You got Lions on the bottom, Bruce up top. These are the guys. This stems all the way back to the All-Star race at Kansas. They had a little bit of a rough. Bruce comes up, he gets in the lines, they door bang all kinds of crazy stuff, they're tearing their stuff up and everything else, and then it spilled over to last week at Wilkesboro, where Bruce dove in with 2 laps to go. Lions, did he come down? Did he chop his nose? It's been through the whole NASRA organization of whether or not Lions come down and put the block on him too late, chopped his nose, and it was a stupid move by Lions, or was it Tristan Bruce being aggressive with the number 3? Shout out to Dale Earnhardt. Was it one of those? Only time will tell. We got them both on the front row for a restart here tonight at Charlotte. Green flag in the air, and Lions in the 88. Gas is up, son. He is gone. Bruce trying to figure out to get some draft. Michael Kostick up here, first time we've called his name here tonight. Johnson behind them. Lions leads off 2.
Oh, by the way, don't forget Coca-Cola 600 right here from Charlotte this Sunday night, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Prime Video on Amazon Prime. Right now, Lions and Bruce fighting for the lead. It's Lions back to the lead in the 88 as they work off 4.
Yeah, Lions was able to get a run right there. Bruce had to back away. Didn't want to get up, make any contact. Remember the probation deal. There's Kostick up on the top side. Tidy Horse, Ryan Johnson riding on board with him. Feel the thunder working their way down the backstretch at Charlotte.
And all this going on now as they now already are at Song, heading up that 24 degrees of banking into turn number 3. It's Lions, it's Bruce, it's Kostick, by the way. Johnson also, and look at them getting side by side. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a little 2-stepping up the banking into 1 here in Charlotte.
Yeah, absolutely awesome racing. There you see the 54, Matt Cherry up on the top side, Adam Newton. There's Kermit. Luke Smith back there in the back battling with Cofield. Kermit the Frog here, as Dean just whispered in our ear. And then there you see MDW Matthew David Wood right behind him. There's Dylan Cardenas in the 15 doing a nice job here tonight as well.
And all the while, here they come down to the corner. Look at this. Watch Cofield. He's going to try to get back in line behind the Smith entry. Kermit the Frog here as he goes down in the turn, as Dean says. Watch Smith. He's up to 8th. In the 83, he drops the 27 on Monday night. He's looking good in the Cup Series as they are still door-to-door going at 3.
Yeah, there you see Cardenas still up on the outside, the 7 down on the inside. Kevin Edwards actually is 2 laps down up here racing with these boys. This is going to be interesting with a 2-lap downer right here to the inside of, I believe, no, actually, he's up there in the middle of it. There's MDW. That was Cofield, 7 and the 58, kind of looking pretty close together. There's Newton trying to lead a train on the outside off 2.
The train, the conga line, whatever you want to call it, that is right there where they need to be. We're single file. Everyone else is all aboard as they chug-a-lug their way down into turn number 3. The locomotive works off turn 4 through the dog leg. Who's going to power to the inside and go for crossover start track style? They can't do it yet as they go off into 1.
Cardenas still leading on that inside lane. Brian Tidy Horse Johnson tried to make an inside lane work with Tristan Bruce, but wasn't able to get the speed up and be able to get there. Behind him, Edwards 2 laps down. He's leading a little train on the outside. Adam Newton right behind him. And here we go. Cardenas down on the bottom side. Shout out to all 50 of you. Like and subscribe if you love what you see here tonight.
And all of this happening now, but Lyons, Caustic, Bruce, Johnson, Newton, all there in tow. Now we're side by side. There's the 54 Cherry. It's Cofield. They're going to go mono swine. Cofield, the Alabama Auburn man. War Eagle, there's contact, and they're going to take each other out. Cardenas goes in the fence. He gets steamrolled by that Cherry. Matthew David Woods collected. The 42's involved. Broadfoot's involved. We got a parking lot. We're virtually scattered, smothered, and covered going to turn 3.
Oh, damn field piled up going into turn 3 here at Charlotte. Literally, you name them, they probably got in it. There's Broadfoot, Matthew Cummins involved as well. All started with a little bit of a bad shot from Cherry, Cofield into Cardenas, and then literally everybody just piled right in going into turn 3. Wesley Allen, you saw it all, baby.
A massive crash. It looked like you saw the battle between Cherry and Cofield. It was like all Alabama Crimson Tide of the Auburn Tigers and War Eagle. Somebody slipped. They lost it on the goal line. Cherry's truck got loose from Cofield. Cofield blindside got into Cherry again. The next thing you know, it collected a raft of trucks in the path. 10, 12 trucks. Cody Nutt, Buzzy Mungold, Ed Osborne, Brandon Broadfoot, Matthew Cummins. Just some of these guys that had nowhere to go. There you see it all started with Dylan Cardenas. He said, man, what happened here? So did Jeff Merck, a former champion. It just broke loose, and what turned into maybe 2 lanes of racing became a parking lot. Not the kind of parking lot party you want, though. Look at that. I rest my case there, Jacob. Look at that, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a bad spot, bad move, bad bump draft, bad spot, literally. I mean, that's all it was right there. Ended up sending around a bunch of good drivers. Check this out. Speaking of a Pulse Poppers instant replay, here's Cody Knight with the Pulse Poppers entry 26. Check it out. See the smoke. Last minute decision. He got nailed in the back end, gets sent in the inside rotated wall, gets sent into the spin cycle. See it out there, live chat. 83 on board, please. So if we can get a hold of Luke Smith on board.
Let's see the 7 first, though. But before the 83, let's see the 7, Dean. Let's see the 7, because a lot of people say, I blame the 7, Kerry Tribune. Let's watch this and see if maybe he started this here. Or is it Kevin Edwards, number 7? Is it him? Okay. There it is. Okay. Yeah, there you go. People are saying the 7 started it, Jacob. So let's see here.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people may be thinking it's the 7 with Kevin Edwards because he was 2 laps down, maybe holding up some of this traffic. He was holding them up there for a little bit. I think maybe that's what they were saying about Kevin Edwards, that he is the reason for it and everything else, being 2 laps down. So maybe he was in the way and everything else. But we're all seeing right here that actually 15 confirmed. So it must have been 15 of them confirmed in the accident. That's what Jordan Jurassic is saying. He's a hell of a race director. You know that? Anyway, besides that, 83.
No, I think he's confirming, Jacob, I think he's confirming that 15 of Dylan Cardenas is all right after that crash. Into the safer barrier. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that hell of a hit he took? Like they would be bringing in the AMR safety team if this was real Charlotte after that hit. Like that was a front nose shot. Look at this again right here. Look at the 15 right here. Slow-mo doesn't do justice.
Wow.
Kermit the Frog here. Maybe I got it the way.
That one right there. Kermit loving that right there. Absolutely tickled to death. Looked like it was a racing incident.
Don't Kermit sing Rubber Ducky. Don't be Rubber Ducky. Rubber Ducky, you're the one.
I have no idea. I don't know. There's Ed Osborne. Wow, there's Cody Knott that took the hellacious hit on the inside. Wow. Osborne is trying to check up. There's the pile up.
Hey, what are you standing there for, man, in the orange? Get out there and clean this wreck up. What the hell?
Get out there.
He's just like.
Look at him. We're sitting out here on the racetrack. Oh, my Lord.
He's like, man, that's a lot of crashes.
All right. Well, we're getting to one to go. I tell you what, just one quick one right here, Dane, if we can. Just one quick sponsor from a great sponsor. We saw
Hey,
Lick
Jacob.
Smith shoot through there just a second ago. Obviously, Murph's Magical Creations. There is Murph's right there. Obviously, great to have old Murph Murphy. With a great sponsorship here. Also a great story of how the unicorn was made, how the print and all that good stuff was made. If you want to check out that story, go check it out on my podcast, The Door Bang and Download on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It was a great talk with Murph. Wesley, I'm sure you listened to that episode. I would love to have Murph be a little bit more fired up, but he wasn't.
Yes. And Jacob, by the way, Joshua Suss chiming in, by the way, he was the guy that committed the crime that dropped off mail to you, didn't? Yeah, I solved it. Remember, announcer, detective.
Exactly.
First day on the job, man. And these are their stories. Boom, boom. He says, "Does that make Ryan Johnson Miss Piggy?"
Oh dear God!
Look,
I don't know
what people are saying in the chat box. I'm just. Did Ryan get hit from Luke Smith or something? Was there something we missed? What is there? I mean.
I don't know. I will say this though. You talking about that we solved the whole deal with Joshua Suss and what he got us for and everything else. I will say this. We solved that. You ought to see what Jonathan Cofield got us. I'll send you a picture of that one here in a little bit. Cofield will watch this back and he'll be laughing his tail off. Here we go.
Got a damn Auburn helmet of all things, probably. Yeah, it jinxed the season for Alabama football.
Well, you're in the ballpark. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. Lions gas is up. Kostick was on the bottom side. There's Tristan Bruce to the inside of Tiny Horse. Ron Johnson up on the top side. Ring around the rosy. Here we go. It's Charlotte again off turn 2.
And a pocket full of Posey as well. Back straight away, it's Bruce down to the inside. He's got Johnson up on the top shelf. How about Kostick, man? What a strong run for the Jack Daniels number 8. He's in second. And look at the interval now that Lions has over these guys. Probo back into turn number 1.
Lions still down on the bottom side trying to get the run. There's Lee way up on the top side. A lot of them working their way down there on the bottom side. Down in the center where Grandpappy has the moonshine. Lion leads going into 3.
All the while they work their way down into the corner. By the way, the green flag just fell in the final stage race of the truck race at Charlotte with Corey Heim leading the way. So we got to get on it, guys. Got to get on it. Getting ready to put a century grind on the board. Close it in on 50 laps to go. Next time by lap 100 when they come back to the stripe.
Now Lions is going to be up on the high side. There is Kostick. He's up on the high side. You can basically get 2 races in right there on the bottom right of your screen with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at MTW. Matthew David Wood currently sitting back in the 16th spot. He's back there literally 2 races at one time. Kostick now jumps to the bottom side. There's Tiny Horse up top. Matt Lee trying to go to the inside off turn 4.
Another big shot trying to go after him there as they work their way down into the corner. It's Lions now. Side by side contact. What great camera angles. Matt Lee and Johnson. It's magical as they hit the back straightaway.
Woo, boy, Lee down on the bottom side now. He will jump in line, get in behind Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson. Bruce up there in 3rd. Check this out. Jeff Merck out of absolutely nowhere. Got caught up in that wreck. Might have went down, got him 4 freshies. Is going to send it up through here. He needs to have a good finish here tonight, Wesley Outland. He needs to get back into the playoff picture. Long pit stop that last time around. Shoves it on the inside going around Newton.
How about this? And by the way, Bruce and Lions all running each other down. Johnson, Lee, all there as well. Look at them fighting, clawing, gouging for whatever spot they can. Under 50 to go. 48 at the line, and they know they better go. They better go now. It is Kostick now around Lions for the lead at Charlotte going into turn 1.
Michael Kostick, haven't talked about him all race long on the number 8, Jack Daniels. That sounds pretty good to me on a Memorial Day weekend. Here comes Bruce inside right there. Mike tried to shoot it in the middle, 3 wide. Bruce down on the bottom side. He'll go with Lions, that being Merck. Now Lions and Bruce side by side for the 3rd spot off turn 4.
Off of turn 4, will we go 3 wide? Will we try to make it happen? By the way, keep an eye on Cardenas. He is all the way back into the top 5. Back in the saddle again, like the lyrics to Aerosmith. down into turn number 2. Fifth battles now with Merck. Merck on the outside, the season 7 C.O.P.S champion and rookie of the year down in the fight in 3.
Yeah, now Merck goes from the top, jumps down to the bottom. He may end up going for the lead of turn 4. That's
Wow.
exactly what he's going. Power move out of the 60. Drift Merck to the lead in Charlotte going into 1.
Like the lyrics to the movie from Independence Day, gentlemen, let's plow the road. And that's exactly what Jeff Merck just did. Clear a path. He comes through. He's in the P1 spot. Cardenas, Caustic, Lyons, Haney, your new top 5 as they got to catch the 60 from Florida in 3.
Jeff Merck, power move coming through turn 4 just a lap ago. Caustic way up against the wall, might have got up into the marbles. Tristan Bruce dives down to his inside. Caustic's now under fire from Keith Haney, but Jeff Merck in the 60, pulling back the time here in Nazareth. He's back up at the front. The humble 60 leads off turn 2.
Merck, by the way, keep an eye on also Cardenas. He's moved down to the 2nd spot. Hey, buddy, you're standing in a very bad place there. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Merck is there. Here comes drivers now, peeling onto pit lane. Pitting. It is not Cody Knotts on pit road. He's pitting. So is Caustic. Here comes, Sus on pit lane. They're all pitting here now.
A lot of drivers jumping down pit road right here, and Wesley, if they pit right now, this will be a pretty good opportunity for them to jump down pit road right here. At this point, they will only have to pit one more time, and they will be able to make it all the way to the end. So Michael Caustic and others jumping down pit road. Nobody else electing to jump down. Screw that. A bunch of them, 5, 6 of them, 4 going into the pits.
4 wide, fighting to get on the pit road. Are you serious? Oh, my goodness. 3's a party, 4's a crowd, 5 is chaos. My. Talk about fighting for every inch needed on the pit lane and getting it on advantage back on track. That's exactly what we just saw there, Jacob.
Woo, baby. Oh, and Merck gets up into the fence off turn 4. Cardenas, you talked about him, Wesley, starting to make a little bit of a charge with Merck getting up into the fence. Keith Haney, not too far back, sitting in the 3rd spot. Matt Lee and company about 3.5 to 4 seconds back, but here comes Cardenas getting the draft off of Jeff Merck going into turn number 3. Cardenas with a fast hot rod in at number 15.
I'll keep an eye on this, though. We're not done yet, man. Lou's come to the party. Look at Cardenas now, the new leader. Jeff Merck has come down onto the pit lane. Here comes also Matthew Lee on pit road. Pitting, boxing, Osborne in. 40 laps to go. They still got to pit one more time. This race ain't over yet.
No, it ain't. And Dylan Cardenas still out in front. Haney getting a run. May shoot down to the inside, try to go for the lead. Nope. Cardenas is going to jump down, put the block on him. Haney lined up right in behind him. They worked their way off of turn 4. Cardenas still has the lead. Brian Chew about 4 seconds back. Wood about 4 seconds back from Chew. They have not made their pit stop yet, but we all watch it right here. This battle for the lead with Haney and Cardenas off turn 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jacob, we're watching Cardenas and Haney battle now, but at one time before the green flag pit stop, Sus chimed in the chat. He said the top 10 at one time was basically all blue lights and catch fence. What a job they're putting on there. Let's see if they can continue that momentum and get back up to the front. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, long way to go, but a short time to get there. Shouting out to Jerry Reed from Smokey and the Bandit. Cardenas down to the bottom side. 80 up top, trying to get a run one way or another and try to latch back up to him. Meanwhile, other drivers that have pitted and not pitted, working their way down in through 1 and 2. You see other drivers trying to work their way, get back up on the racetrack. Instead of taking the leaders out right there through 3 and 4.
Working off the corner. Here they come down to the line again. Put another lap on the board here at Charlotte. We are not done yet. Remember, under 40 laps to go. Drivers are making pit stops. However, they are still going to have to pit one more time. This is far from over as they work their way again down the back straightaway.
Literally everybody is scattered all the way through the field. There you see Jeff Merck right there. Tristan Bruce behind him. Once it all flips around, there you see Merck hit 29.9 last lap. leader, obviously Keith Haney, just hit a 31-1. Now he hit a 31-1 that time. See what Jeff Merck hits this time around at a 29-9. So literally 2 seconds faster than what the leaders are running. And there is a big gaggle of traffic. Watch Jeff Merck work his way through this. You see him go around Dane Hagen. Now he works his way around the 27 to Isaac Bevan, and then working his way past more lap traffic right here in front of him.
This thing is like air traffic control. Take your pick, get in line, try to be nice, right? That's something I'm sure they're going to be watching between those drivers, obviously on probation of Lee and Lyons, who are back into the top 10. But by the way, here's something to think about, Jacob. Only 2 trucks are on the lead lap right now. Keith Haney, Matt Cherry, that's it. Everyone else is a lap down or more from third to the scoring pylon.
Yeah, it would be interesting if should a caution coming out. Here comes Keith Haney. Haney will jump down pit road and get him 4 freshies and fill it up full of fuel. That will surrender the lead to Matt Cherry eventually when he comes around, or shall he decide to stay out on the racetrack? But Jeff Merck has unlapped himself. Tristan Bruce has unlapped himself. Lucas Lyons, all these drivers have unlapped themselves. So now they'll be back in the hunt to try to go for the lead. Cherry is going to stay out on the racetrack, so he's going to lead him a lap right here at the line. So Matt Cherry goes to the front going into turn 1.
Playing this game again, Matt Cherry, there he is. And how about how the tables have fallen? Remember, he was a part of that Chevrolet Performance 54 of the big wreck. Remember, he is now the new leader, Matt Cherry, in the top spot, but he hasn't pitted yet. Last time, lap number 94. He has got to decide when he's going to come to pit lane, but when? Oh, and by the way, this is what I love about tracks like Charlotte or Atlanta or Texas when I announced at those NASCAR facilities. When you watch green flag pit stops, look at the scoring pylon, watch everybody come in one by one, and it cycles their way back to Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry, when he pits, he will now put Jeff Merck. There he is. You're on board with him. He'll be the new leader when he comes down to the pit lane.
Yeah, I mean, he is catching him big time, about 2 seconds a lap. There you see.
Yeah, he don't need a pit stop.
No, I don't think so, but I think Matt Cherry could quite possibly be a little bit banged up from what we're hearing. Joshua Suss out there saying the 54 looks a little bit rough. He may have a couple of dings right there in that 54. There you see a couple of dings right there on the front. I mean, literally, yeah. Oh, hell, he ain't even got a left front fender on that 54, but he is still soldiering along here in Charlotte and leading laps, which, Wesley, I mean, it doesn't matter how tore up your damn truck is. You get out front, you got to get some TV time regardless.
Got to let him get some TV time, man. You got to let him have some TV time. Nonetheless, they work their way back into the corner, into 1 and 2 here in Charlotte. You're watching it. Closing in on 30 to go. Matt Cherry now off the pace. He's going to peel in line, go off, slow down. Jeff Merck, new leader. Now the interval is 3.5 seconds from Jeff Merck to Tristan Bruce. And that's what we're going to watch now as we still see Cardenas and Caustic battle. That's going on in the back of the top 10 for 6th and 7th right now.
Actually, Matt Cherry just jumping down pit road, trying to get him 4 fresh tires and fill it up. There's Raul Meza jumping out in the Serve Pro truck. Haven't seen a whole lot of Serve Pro cautions tonight, which has been good. Good, hard, clean racing, green flag racing, I should say, for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series here tonight at Charlotte. Wesley, if I remember correctly, when DSR was here at Charlotte, it was a fantastic race. One of the best races of the season for the DSR Electric Truck Series, and the Cops Truck Series doing the same exact thing here tonight on a beautiful Friday night for Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on it right now. Merck again, there's Haney. Haney now back to 7th spot. All this happening, and look at this. Cardenas and Matt Lee, they're going to go, and side by side for the spot. And Lyons is in front of them there. Watch him going down in the corner.
Bit of bobbing and weaving right there for Cardenas. He's going to try to get a 2-for-1 special, a little twofer for Cardenas. Got around Lee. He'll go around Lyons. Now Lyons may be in trouble. Here comes Lee down to the inside. Lee's going to try to get the spot and try to shoot around Lucas Lyons for that 4th spot, and he will take it.
How about Cardenas, man? crashed front nose into the wall on the safer barrier in the back straightaway a moment ago when that big wreck happened, Jacob, like it was Talladega or Daytona style, and he has still rallied his way back to third spot. But here's the deal. Bruce, Cardenas, Lee, Lyons, they got to stop battling. They got to hook up. They got to run down Merck, because Merck's got a big lead now with closing in on 25 to go. He's the leader, and he's got 4 seconds on Cardenas.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big old lead over literally the whole entire field. Bruce back there in the middle of this is where there you see a second place driver of Tristan Bruce trying to get a little bit of draft off the truck ahead of him, which is Dylan Cardenas, who just shot around him. Now Bruce slides up the hill. Here comes Lee. Lee's trying to go for third off turn 4. We'll shoot down to the inside. Matt Lee's going for third.
Another solid run. Here comes Bruce now. The pole man wants to battle back with Lee. Lee now stays and protects the inside lane. He'll power by Bruce. Here comes now Haney closing in. All this goes on as he throws the block and blocks 2 for 1. Bruce and Haney, they got boxed in. Here comes Haney to return the favor on the inside in 3.
And Haney trying to dive down to the inside. There you saw it right there, about a lap faster than Jeff Merck. So Keith Haney may have a little bit of extra power if he can shoot by these other guys and get back to his racing ways and be able to just get up there and drive the truck. He could possibly catch Jeff Merck when it's all said and done. Haney down to the inside, slides up. He's going to put a little block right there on Matthew Lee. Haney will go to third. Lee gets kicked back to fourth, and Cardenas is still the monkey in the middle in the second spot, but he is starting to catch Jeff Merck ever so slightly.
Yeah, what a solid run for him as he's in the wall. Haney slaps the outside safer barrier. He's in a shower of sparks. 25 to go. Merck gone. Cardenas has cut now 1.5 seconds on the leader as they work into turn 2.
And honestly, they are in West Allen, they are in the pit window right now. These guys should be able to jump down pit road, no problem right here, and make it all the way to the end. So it's going to be literally who is going to make that first shot? Who's going to jump down pit road? Who's going to try to play the long game and have the freshies at the end of this thing? Or you got to jump down early and be able to get them at the front end at which point you end up losing them on the back end. We'll have to find it out right here in the next 24 laps.
All this going on. Dylan Cardenas is getting closer. He is saying, here, kitty, 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 meow, 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 and I don't want no milk in the bowl. He's got the claws out. And Dylan Cardenas striking on Merck. There's the interval. Getting closer, creeping closer like a predator on his prey. He's on stealth mode into turn 1.
Merck going to dive it down on the inside lane, trying to get away and just trying to hold bay. But I'll tell you this much, Cardenas coming very, very fast. Might have hit the nitrous button in that number 15. He's got Brandon New lined up right behind him. A lap truck right behind him, about 3 laps down. Cardenas dives down to the inside. I believe that when Cardenas catches Jeff Merck, Merck will probably jump down pit road and try to throw Cardenas off. At least that's what I would do. Wait till Cardenas gets there, jump down pit road, get you 4 freshies, make a clean pit stop, and fire it out of the pits and try to go get the win.
Now the question is, it's Merck holding. That's the question. Is Merck holding back, Jacob, as they go down into turn 3? Lap traffic is up ahead. That's going to be a factor. And all this happening now as Cardenas has even opened up his lead over Haney by 1 second. Now Cardenas goes as the lead, and Jeff Merck comes on pit road.
He got him close.
Remember,
enough.
they got a pit. They got a pit. They all got a pit again. He might have went for the undercut on all of them.
I think so. I think that's exactly what Merck was doing. So Merck will be able to jump down pit road, no problem, and be able to make it all the way to the end. Remember, they're in that pit window. Dylan Cardenas working his way through 3 and 4. Where will Cardenas go? Will he elect to jump in right here, or will he wait for a later time? Looks like Cardenas is going to stay out. Take us right to the 20 to go. Dean, flip it up there with Premier Racing Setups, 20 to go. And folks, if you need a setup, go check them out. PremierRacingSetups.com. Enter the codes of either Nazra or Jake57. You get 15% off your entire order. 15% gets kicked back to either the North American Sim Racing Association or the Door Banging Downloaded. Folks, if you want the setups at the Redneck Announcer races, the Nazra races, go check them out. PremierRacingSetups.com. Dylan Cardenas still out front. I mean, with 19 laps to go, he still hasn't pit yet, Wesley.
Cardenas, Lee, Lions, all this going on, and Lee's on pit road. Cardenas is now leading. Cardenas last pitted. Cardenas last pit, lap 113. He's gonna have to pit. Everyone else, the only guy that I might say that might try to pull the trigger and go to the finish might be, well, actually, know what? Never mind. Hashtag fake news. They just pitted around 129 and 130. And now Dylan Cardenas has no choice. Money stop time. Under green flag conditions. He's coming to pit road. Jacob, might I say, though, 3 stages. There's only been 2 cautions. One for the end of stage 2 and one for the big on-track accident. That's been it, man. 2 cautions because of on-track accidents. But that's been it. 3 yellow flags. What a superb job by the drivers of the NASRA C.O.P.S Truck Series here tonight at Charlotte.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job here tonight, and I'm sure everybody is proud of the product that these guys are putting out here. The sponsors, the drivers, the fans, everybody's loving it. Like and subscribe if you love what is going on. Show some love to the NASRA 360 Racing Network and the North American Sim Racing Association. Brian Chew started 20th. He may be playing a little bit of a long game right here. 5 trucks on the lead lap. Everybody else 1 lap down or more. Brian Chew may be playing a game right here. He may be thinking for a 4th caution in this race, Wesley Outland. Brian Chew may be thinking that long game. He may be wanting to stay out for a couple of laps and see how this is going to play out.
Try to see what happens as they work their way again down through the double dog leg inside of the racetrack. Watch this now. Brian Chew now out in front. Chew 31.78. Merck 29.72. He's still leading there, but he is still way back as we're watching guys still drop off like flies onto the pit lane for the money stop. And look at how it has shook up like the lyrics to Elvis, the scoring pylon. 4 trucks, Jacob Reeves, on the lead lap as we come to 15 to go for Brian Chew, all 4.
Yeah, and this is the one crazy thing is you see Tristan Bruce is going to unlap himself. One of those crazy things, though, West out, and you see these guys on freshies that are shooting through these guys that's on those old tires. Usually this would cause a pileup. It would cause a wreck with faster trucks trying to work their way around the slower drivers, and especially when you get 2 slower drivers on older tires side by side, it usually puts the faster trucks at a disadvantage because they got nowhere to go. But for the most part, a lot of give and take out there on the racetrack. Brian Chew in the 51er leader at this time is going in. But Wesley, I got to think with NASRA throwing those probations down on Tristan Bruce and Lucas Lyons, I feel like that has played a big factor into why we're seeing a lot of give and take here tonight on the racetrack.
Yeah, I've got to think the same thing as well. We're watching all this going on again. Another lap on the racetrack as time is running out. Raw Meza into the catch fence. Working now off of turn 4 into the wall again now. That's Matt Lee. He's in the fence. He still keeps going in the top 5. All this going on now. Then they run down Merck. Merck with a power strategy, and I think right now it's working to his advantage as we go to the home stretch of this thing here in Charlotte, Jacob.
Yep, 14 laps to go, and Jeff Merck has the lead right now. Real quick, shout out to some of you out there in live chat. Thomas out there saying weird how the 6 doesn't race and they have less cautions. Yeah, Jordan Jurassic, he's talking about you, son. Get your tail out here. You're the defending champion. Show up and race. We got beef with the defending champion. Get out here and show up and race, son. But anyway, Merck still has the lead, about 2.5 seconds over Keith Haney. Be interesting to see how that interval will shape up here with 13, lucky number 13 laps to go. There is Haney trying to run down Jeff Merck as Merck hits the line with 12 to go. Haney now hitting the line way up the hill. There's Jeff Merck up there, and he only got him by 10 that last lap.
Haney, second. 3 seconds, well, 2.5 seconds back down to Jeff Merck. Time running out, though. Nobody has to pit anymore. Who has the strategy, though, Jacob? That's another thing to think about. 2 tires, 4 tires. Who just did gas and go? That's the things that we'll keep an eye on. Haney, is he going to gain on Merck? He's cut it down to 2 seconds, 2 1/4, 2 2 2/10 now. Going after Merck. There's the interval. Lap traffic is in the way, though, and it might be a factor when they come to 10 to go next time by off of 4, Jacob.
Well, Wesley, if he's only catching him about a tenth of a lap and he's got 10 laps to do it, he's going to run out of time. He's going to need something to happen. He's going to need Jeff Merck to get clawed up or get clogged up behind a bunch of lap traffic. There you see Haney right there now. He's got him about 3/10 that time around, maybe able to work something out right here. Well, maybe in for a fantastic little finish right here at Charlotte. Still right now at around 2 seconds, but Haney getting draft off these other trucks, off these lap trucks in front of him. Jeff Merck, you see him, he's the third truck way up there working his way off turn 4. These other two right here in front of Keith Haney, the lap trucks, but Haney trying to use the draft and use any advantage he can to try to run down Jeff Merck.
Single digits now on the scoring pylon. 9 to go. Like and subscribe. Getting ready for a big fun month ahead. Memorial Day this weekend. In 2 weeks' time, the NASRA 1100, 500 miles at Indy, 600 miles right here at Charlotte with the 87 Cup cars. Jacob, that's going to be fun. But right now, we got to settle this one. Can Keith Haney negotiate through lap traffic and set his sights on Jeff Merck? 7 to go. Next time by, it's 8 to go, actually.
Yeah, that is going to be a fun one, obviously, with the NASRA 1100. As Wesley, you know my thoughts on that. Cannot wait. I'm happy it's the 87s, not them next-gen Cup cars, because I hate them things that absolutely suck. 87s here at Charlotte is going to be an absolute blast. There is Jeff Merck up at the front. Still got the lead. 2.5 seconds now, starting to get a little bit closer. Haney back there trying to get that draft. Merck almost gets up in the fence. He got up into the fence. Haney is going to get some serious time right here. Wesley, he may be able to run down on Jeff Merck right here in the next 7 laps.
All this happening now with Haney. Haney just cut a second off the deficit. It's now just 1 second between Merck and Haney. Here they come, down in the corner. There's up ahead, lap traffic. Well, that's not good, though. Broadfoot just got around Haney. Here going to come to the line, 6 to go. You better go now.
He better go, hit the nitrous button and figure something out. Haney trying to run down Jeff Merck under a second. There's Jeff Merck. He has a couple of drivers in between him and a shot at trying to get this bad boy. Merck still got all those guys. Look at him, literally. Some of them even going all the way down to the blue and white line to make passes. There's Broadfoot trying to unlap himself way back in the 20th spot. Jeff Merck probably will pull out of the way and let him have it, but Keith Haney is not too far back. Oh, 5 to go, baby. Here we go. It's getting good.
Getting good in the neighborhood, and I don't mean Applebee's or B-Dubs or Chili's or Hooters or Baby Back or whatever, you know, Outback for our buddy the Aussie, Dean Hopton. Yeah, Merck in the lead. Haney's cut it to 0.4 of a second. Can he get him? 4 to go. There's only 6 miles left at Charlotte remaining.
Oh, baby, I'm telling you, if Merck has got anything, if he's been saving anything, he better gas up and he better go. A lot of lap traffic right here in front of him. Keith Haney may end up figuring out a way to get by him. Lap traffic look like a bunch of them trying to jump into the inside. Let the leaders have it on the top side. They work their way around Dade Hagan. They got Isaac Bevan up here, John Freeman up here in front of them, as well as Brandon Broadfoot. But Haney has caught Jeff Merck. 3 laps to go on a Memorial Day weekend. Big time racing shootout style and decided all 3 to go as they worked their way into 1.
All the while, Haney, oh baby, here he comes and he's got friends. Lap traffic, boxing in the leader. There he goes. Catch fence, number 60, Jeff Merck in trouble. He is up high. Haney down to the inside, 3 wide as they finally fan back out single file. Coming back to the line, 2 to go here in Charlotte. It's going to be a humdinger to decide who's going to win this one.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting. We talked about Jeff Merck, just how aggressive that he needs to be. Wants to get him a win. He's going to jump down right across the nose of Keith Haney. 2 laps to go. Merck still has the lead. Everybody's eyes is focused on the win and the lead of this race. Merck still has it. They're coming around to the white flag lap. Merck down on the outside. Here comes Haney on the inside. White flag.
White flag in the air. The Darren Snell and detail shine. 1 to go. Final time around. It is Haney on the bottom. Merck up on the top. He's got momentum on the inside. There's lap traffic. The move over flag has got to be moving fiercely in the mind of Haney as they work into turn 2.
And Merck can't jump down to the bottom side because Raul Meza is there, but Meza's going to put the bumper to him. Merck tried to slide him in the tailgate.
Wow.
It didn't affect him at all.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Up turn 4. He's going to try to get a run, but nowhere to go. At the line, he gets into the right rear of the wreck. Haney gets the win. Merck gets second. Wow.
You know what that reminds Jacob, you know what we just saw? We just saw iRacing's version of One Hot Night in Charlotte in 92 between the late Davey Allison and Kyle Petty, between Nazareth, Keith Haney, and Jeff Merck. You just saw one hot virtual night to decide who won Charlotte right there. Wow.
Damn it, boy. What a race. Keith Haney got the win. Merck got a run. Listen, I gotta be honest with you. We're gonna see it in the Points Poppers instant replay. I gotta say this. Raul Meza played a big factor in every bit of this, Wesley Allen, because he's on that inside. Merck was gonna try to go to the inside, but with Meza there's the contact. Merck gets into Haney, knocks him up the hill, but if Meza wasn't right there on that inside lane, I think Merck would have probably tried to make a pass in the grass right there at the line.
I think he would have tried it as well, but you know what? You can't fault. And look at this, guys. Jacob, go on YouTube and look at the 92 version of the finish of the All-Star race. The first time NASCAR ran the All-Star race, the Winston and Charlotte at night. The way they finished, the way they crashed, the way they made contact across the line, it literally is the virtual rendition of that. What a crazy finish. Happy Memorial Day. And Keith Haney, man, he gets the win, Jacob. Wow.
Yeah, Keith Haney, I mean, what a win for him. Will lock himself into the playoffs. There you see your race results. Haney, Merck, Cardenas, the top 3. We'll talk to those drivers here in just a little bit. There is Matt Lee, able to go from the back after that penalty from last week at Wilkesboro. Had to start from the back. Ends up coming back up here, finishes 4th. Luke Smith will end up finishing 5th. Real quick, though, Haney, Merck, Cardenas, and Lee, they will be in the Dash for Cash next week. And Jeff Merck wins the Dash for Cash this week. So pretty cool deal for that one. Luke Smith will end up finishing 5th, with Mike Kostick finishing in 6th. Lucas Lyons will end up finishing 7th. Brad Shue will get 8th. Stephen Thomas gets 9th. Kyle Hess will get 10th. Adam Newton 11th. Ryan Johnson, Toddy Horse will get 12th. MDW, Matthew David Wood 13th. Ed Osborne will finish 14th. The last drivers to finish on the lead lap. Devin Painter 1 lap down. Rest of these guys 1 lap down or more. Devin Painter 15th. Cofield, Jonathan Cofield 16th. Our good buddy James Beard finishes 17th. And Brandon Broadfoot rounds out the top 18.
By the way, if you are keeping track on Keith Haney, this is his, man, if this is correct, looking at the stats and information for our buddy, it is his 3rd career win, 33rd top 5, 77th top 10 in Nazareth for the man that won the race when it's said and done. Look at the rest of the finishing order. Hagan, Wigington, New, Brandon New, Tristan Bruce fell all the way back 4 laps down. He was strong at the beginning of things. Raul Meza, I don't fault him one bit, Jacob. I know he was a lap truck. I know he was multiple laps down, but he had lap trucks and things going on all around him. I think he really just said, I need to stay to the inside and hold my line. If he could go back, he probably would have went to the outside, but I think Raul Meza did a superb job letting those guys kind of race it out the best they could. Matthew Cummins, top 25. Eric Zimmerman, Jeff Sickles, Isaac Bevan, John Freeman, Buzzy Mongold, your top 30. Cody Knott, Kevin Edwards, Nick Sacco, Chris Blanchard, Tyler Daniels, and Dustin Scruggs of the 36 trucks. TJ Moore had fun. It was an interesting race as race director, but you know what, Jacob? What a phenomenal job, man. A phenomenal finish. Like I said, it's like the virtual one hot night. And I'm going to go like, Jordan, have you ever? No, I've never. Let's watch this again, baby, through the virtual videotape. Take it away, Maestro.
I mean, awesome right there to see that right there. I mean, it lived up to the moment. Here tonight, one more time, Keith Haney able to get the win here at Charlotte. A lot of
Jacob,
water cooler talk. Go ahead.
Jacob, you see me mentioning Raw Meza. See right here, he can't go nowhere. That's what I'm trying to say. He can't go nowhere. He even goes to the bottom of the racetrack and says, guys, race it out. Have it out. Do what you need to do here. And then you got everybody stacked like sardines coming off that last corner. This is what you end up having.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that may be a little bit of water cooler talk for the Nazareth guys, all the drivers. If Mesa wasn't there, literally beautiful right there. I mean, well, Mert gets up there. Haney's trying to put the block. Did Mert come down, try to get him? I mean, hell, who knows at this point? You got to do what you got to do to try to get the win and try to lock yourself in because these playoffs is going to be a big deal as well. But Keith Haney gets the win. Wesley, I know you got to go, baby. You're going to be up early in the morning heading up to, I believe, somewhere that
West Virginia.
You got to go. West Virginia, buddy. But your final take, and we'll let you ease out of here, but final take on one hot night here with Nazareth, as we'll call it.
Well, buddy, let me tell you, it's been a great day. First off, I'll never forget May 23rd, 2025. First off, my son graduated. I don't want to go into all the details, but my son was talking about quitting school back in January on New Year's Eve, and I wanted to tear his hide up. But thank God he crossed the finish line and he graduated. So, son, my broadcast goes out to you tonight. Congratulations, Nathan Scott Outland. Daddy loves you. I'm proud of you. He already wants to be a welder, Jacob. He's already got a job. He starts on Tuesday. He ain't going to party. He ain't going to party during the summer. He just wants to be a welder. He wants to go to work. So, big congratulations to him. Jacob, always fun working with you. Thanks to Brady and Cody and everybody with Nazareth Dean as well. And man, like I said, what a great race. I mean, you saw one hot night in 92. If you haven't, it's in the highlight reels of NASCAR history. I'll close it out with the great late, Buddy, what is his name? Buddy Jenkins said about, the death of, or the finish of the race. He won the race, but he paid the price for it. The good thing is this is all, if you will, virtual simulation. These guys can hit the reset button. They can be able to start again, and they can be able to move on and race again. And what a fun finish, man. This was a great race, Jacob. Fun night at Charlotte. Congrats to Keith Haney, and thank you for letting me go to bed. I got to get up at 3 a.m., so I'll see you Monday.
Always a pleasure working with the great Wesley Outland, folks.
Jacob,
go ahead.
Jacob, let Dean know, just so he knows, if weather doesn't interfere, I'm going to have my little power pack in my car. I'm going to have a little power plug and the cigarette adapter. And to make him happy, actually, to make him happy. See, I got my damn Starlink. I got my AT&T hotspot box. I do. I'm putting that bitch on the top of the roof, and I'm gonna be like an antenna going down the road. No, I'm gonna actually park somewhere if I have to. But I do have a power adapter that will actually allow me to plug my laptop and a mixer board in real time in my car, Jacob Reeves. So somewhere in the U.S. of A, in a car, I'll be doing iRacing Monday night if I don't get home fast enough.
All righty, well, buddy, always great working with the great Wesley Outland, folks. We're going to take a quick commercial break and round up our podium finishers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Lost my damn pen.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's magical creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Well, folks, we are back here at Charlotte. Got the podium finishers in the house. And obviously, we'll start off with your winner here tonight for the Blanchards Towing 225, Mr. Keith Haney. Keith, I don't believe I've ever got a chance to talk to you. I might have. I've drank and I've slept since then, so I can't really remember. But Keith, congratulations on the win here tonight. Talk us through that last lap right there with Jeff Merck trying to battle right there. I mean, just talk us through that last lap. Hell, he's speechless. He don't even know what to say. Okay, well, we'll hold up on Keith Haney. We'll go to our second place finisher, which is Jeff Merck. I'm kind of eager to hear this one right here. So, Jeff, I mean, you got second here tonight. Yeah, you know why. But, I mean, Jeff, you come home second here tonight. Looked like you had the truck. Honestly, I had a feeling you was going to win the race, to be honest with you. What more did you need to get the win here tonight at Charlotte?
Yeah, I'm protesting the finish. He fenced me there to win the race, and I was told if it would have brought out a caution, it's protestable. So that definitely would have brought out a caution, him driving me up into the fence. So we'll see what the admins have to say about it. I'll take a P2 for right now. So we'll see what happens.
Well, but Jeff, I mean, I was thinking I said this, and Wes Allen said this. He countered it, saying that Raul Meza was in the right to try to go down there and race for his spot. And I was sitting there saying, well, if Meza wasn't there, you'd be able to jump down to the inside.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Your reaction to
that? I was thinking the same thing, but we all know Raul Meza, he couldn't drive his way out of a wet paper bag. So let's Well, every time I get around him, it doesn't matter, short track, road course, it doesn't matter. No way to find out. I had a pretty strong run there off of 4 because he got loose. You can see fire out of the pipes. I go to his outside, and he just drives me into the fence. So, I don't know. He drives for Mission 1 Esports, so we'll see.
I guess we may have a little bit of beef right here on this. But Jeff, I will ask you this. I mean, this is a good finish for you here tonight. And
for the broadcast, I'm sure that was a hell of a call. I'm gonna go back and watch it.
It was. I mean, it was fantastic. I guess you could say. But Jeff, in all seriousness, I mean, it has. I'll just be blunt. This season's not been the season that you've wanted it to be, because usually we're used to seeing you end up winning maybe about 2 or 3 races. You already, you're worried about the playoffs and everything. Has this season kind of, I guess you could say, humble you just a little bit more? You're 6 points above the cut line or before tonight started, but has this season kind of humbled you a little bit from some of the success that you've had in the past seasons?
Humbled me?
Yeah.
Are you talking to me? They don't nothing humble the Merkster. I'm like a Ric Flair, baby. I'm styling and profiling.
Well, would it humble you if you didn't make the playoffs, or?
No, it would not one fucking bit. Well, but now I said the F word. Dang it!
Well,
now the protest won't go away for sure. I mean, that's the way the rule was explained to me. If it would have brought out a caution, even if it's on the white flag lap, and I'm pretty sure him being turned sideways on my nose crossing the line would have brought out a caution. So we shall see how the rule book is written. So I let Brady know that I'm protesting the finish. We'll go from there. But yeah, it was a good finish, good points night. It's what I needed. I was 17th in points, and I'm sure finishing P2 will help me out. If I didn't have all that damage, probably could have just held on to it, just won the race, and would have been locked into the playoffs. I was really looking forward to Charlotte. So lap cars played a big part in it, coming to the finish. I thought Lucas was going to be the one I had to worry about, but it turned out it was Keith Haney. Go figure. I don't know. I'm just disappointed a little bit because I think I had a big run on the outside of him, because if you go back and watch the replay off of 4, I mean, there's clearly fire out of the pipes because he either gets really tight or loose. I didn't have to lift, so I stayed in it, went to his outside with a pretty big run. I don't know if I got there or not. When did I do that? Oh, I going into 4 or
Going
3?
to 3.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, maybe he shouldn't lift so where I wouldn't have to nudge him.
Well, Jeff, final question. Jeff, final question real quick, and then we'll let you thank your sponsors and transition to that. If you were Keith Haney, and I seen one of these comments out there in live chat, so I'm asking for them, but if you were Keith Haney in that situation, roles reversed, would you do the same thing?
Would I fence him? Not if he's to my outside, no. Because I know what happens if I do that. So the question is will it happen to another driver? If I would have done the same thing, I'm pretty sure I know what would happen to me. The question is will it happen to him? So that's I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. So it is what it is. I'll take a second place finish, and we'll see what the admins have to say about the finish.
All right, well, Jeff Mert.
Because the way the rule's written, bumping him in 3 does not cause a caution, does it not? No, it does not.
I'm a broadcaster. I'm not making no call.
Turning across my nose, coming to the finish line, that brings out a caution. Going into 3, bumping him does not bring out a caution. So, but we'll see what the admins have to say about it, and we go from there.
Jeff Mert comes off second air tonight, possibly a win. We'll see how it works out. Obviously, off of possible for protest. But Jeff, appreciate your time. And before we let you go ahead and thank your sponsors and any shout outs, bud.
Yeah, big shout out to my wife inside. She watches and supports me. Catch Fence Motorsports, all my teammates over here, Ed Osborne, Matt Lee. Man, my memory's blank. Blanchard, see Matt Lee, T. Brucey. We all had good trucks tonight. It just never fell the way we needed it to. P2's a good point tonight, even if it doesn't get overturned. So we'll see. You guys up in the booth, I always like giving y'all crap. Keith Haney. Keith is, we've been going at each other for years. He's an okay dude. He's not a good guy, and he's not a bad guy. He's just an okay guy. Who else? DSR Electric, all the sponsors over here, cops, concerns of police survivors, all the people I've made friends with over here, all the people I've made enemies with over here, and on to wherever we are next week.
Jeff Mert comes home second here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on that. Appreciate your time. We'll see you at Nashville Super Speedway when we go there next Friday night.
All right, bud. See you.
That was Jeff Mert, finishes second here tonight. Now we'll go to apparently Jordan Jurassic's boy that he says out there in the live chat, which is Dylan Cardatis, Martinsville winner from earlier on this season, comes home with third here tonight. Dylan, buddy, wild little race right here. I mean, honestly, I don't think anybody had this race penciled the way that we saw it. Your take of the Blanchard's Towing 225 here tonight at Charlotte. Congratulations on third.
I appreciate it. It was definitely a wild ride. Didn't take tires there on that first. If it was a caution or green, I forget. But didn't take tires the first stop, and took tires on the second stop. And on my first green lap on them fresh tires, I about wrecked myself coming out of 4, and that's what really cost me from still being up there, closer in the top 10, if not in the top 10, to finish stage 2. Then the middle of stage 3, had that caution on the backstretch, and I just got hooked. And luckily, I was able to jam on the brakes and save myself from getting completely totaled. Got lucky there and had to go mid-pack, if not 15th or something. Anyways, but clawed my way up from there, got up to the front, everything cycled through, and felt good. Really good truck tonight. Really good West Texas Pepper Traders truck. I just was one lap off on the strategy, and that's what ended up costing me. If I had a couple more laps with my strategy that I did do, I think I would have been walking away with it, but ended up choosing the wrong strategy and finished P3. So
And Dylan, to be honest with you, I haven't been around Nazareth that long, but I've been around for quite some time. But I think this may be the first weekend that I can remember of, having a racetrack like, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, be it on, say, Memorial Day weekend or like having Daytona on the 4th of July weekend, which I think maybe end up coming up here very soon, depending on how the schedule works. But, what does Charlotte and Memorial Day, mean to you as a racer, a sim racer? What does it mean to you to be able to race in a league race at Charlotte on Memorial Day weekend?
I mean, it's awesome. Headquarters of NASCAR, Charlotte, North Carolina, and then Memorial Day. What better way to do Memorial Day weekend than racing a bunch of laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway for our veterans and everybody that served our country? I know Jordan Durasic, he always gives me everybody crap about his last name, but I know he's serving. He's in Alaska right now, and I thank him for his service, as well as all the veterans that are out there and serving our country, making us be able to live in this free land. It's just awesome being able to race on Memorial Day weekend and Coke 600, and it's just awesome to be a part of it, as close as we can be on iRacing.
Dylan, one final question, and then you can transition that into your sponsors. You're coming in, obviously you got the Martinsville win, you locked in, you got that bad boy in the bag, so you're going playoff racing regardless. Which one of those first three races that we got on the schedule, which one of those first three races with Daytona, Pocono, and Lime Rock, which one of them are you, I guess you could say, more concerned about in that very first round?
Definitely Lime Rock. I don't even have that track right now. But I look at Daytona, that's a luck race. Just be lucky and stay out of trouble and you'll be okay. Pocono has always been a strength of mine. I've always done good there. So, I've only had iRacing for 8 months, but I'm sure I'll do good there. Lime Rock that's definitely one that I'm going to have circled as a big what if.
Yeah, I think a lot of people's going to have that one. I don't even know if I have that track, but if Dean don't even know if he's got it, and he's open wheel fanatic over here. But Dylan, buddy, you come home third, you come home third tonight. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on that. Before we let you go ahead and thank your sponsors and any shout outs, bud.
Oh yes, shout out to West Texas Pepper Traders for sponsoring. You can get them at your local HEB. Then shout out to the boys, as usual, Jordan, Thomas, John, Jordan, Matt, as well as my teammate, Isaac Bevan and Brandon Schumann, those guys. So, and also thank you for you guys up in the booth, putting on a show in the booth, not on the track, but in the booth, as we put on the show on the track. So thank you to you guys and all the league sponsors. Yep.
It was Dylan Cardenas, buddy. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on that third place finish. We'll see you in Nashville next week, bud.
Yep, thank you.
That was Dylan Cardenas. Come home with third here tonight. Well, Dean, we already got Wesley's final thought on Charlotte. I'm curious on your final thought because obviously Memorial Day weekend, Charlotte, it always goes hand in hand. It always will, at least in my opinion, especially for the old school racers. But your take, Dean, on a fantastic race here tonight at Charlotte.
Oh, wasn't even a caution less, only just one or two cautions really at the end of the day. And I didn't even know it was Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day, obviously, to all of our friends across the pond there in the United States of America. Great, fantastic racing. A lot of pit stop strategies came into play, wasn't it? And those four freshies and stuff like that you said. You could see the speed difference that the drivers had, and what a chase down at the end, isn't it, between Merck and Keith? It's certainly entertainment to the wire, to the last lap, and of course called by two of the best announcers on the planet, once again, yourself and Wesley there, Jacob.
Absolutely, and one of the best producers to do it as well in anything with Dean Hopton, buddy. Always great working with you as well. Well, folks, I'm telling you, awesome. it literally lived up to the hype. I always love racing at Charlotte. I always love watching races at Charlotte. I've been there quite a few times myself. So I always love this great racing facility. It goes all the way back to way back in the day. So, I mean, it fits like a glove, and it always will, especially for Memorial Day. I just wish they would throw the robo out and go back to the ovals for the final races of the NASCAR schedule. But there you see what we got left over. Charlotte, cross that bad boy out of the way, put Keith Haney or Jeff Merck, whichever one ends up going with it. There's Nashville Super Speedway of Michigan, 2 more races to go. And we're going to be doing a little bit of playoff racing here for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series for Season 10. But that's going to do it for this broadcast. I want to thank our great sponsors. Obviously, Points Poppers, TLC, Murph's for Murph's Magical Creations, Premier Racing Setups, Blanchard's Towing for the Blanchard's Towing 225, and also for the Xfinity Series that hopefully will be starting up here pretty soon. Obviously, the DSR Electric for what they do, and literally C.O.P.S. Concerns of Police Survivors for everything that they do as well. Also, Starbase 1552 Comics, all our great sponsors, all of them that has a say here with Nazareth. Also, the fans and the drivers for always putting on a fantastic show. And Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott for always allowing us to be ourselves up here in the broadcast booth. For the Australian Dean Hopton Bengals, and also for Smithfield, North Carolina's own Wesley Allen. I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. And folks, it is Memorial Day weekend. Don't get too drunk. Don't end up in the Hooscow. We want to see you Monday night for the DSR Electric Truck Series, and also next Friday night when we go to the Nashville Super Speedway. 2 more races left, baby. We're going playoff racing for Season 10 of the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, live and only on the Nashville 360 Racing Network. We will see you there.